Welcome everybody, I am still in Seattle and I'm heading to a quirky, iconic restaurant and bar. Welcome everyone. Well, I'm still in Seattle and I'm heading to dinner. And I am going to a quirky restaurant and bar. Kind of a local legend type of place. Been in business since the late 20s, and it was a family restaurant for decades. And sometime around the 1970s, the son of the original owner and founder, Dick Smith, took over. And boy, he went full steam ahead with Seattle crazy wackiness. Some of the things he did, he installed a periscope in the men's room looking at the Space Needle, which I'm looking at right now. Let's take a look. And he installed a water faucet, like a sprinkler, that would get the sidewalk in front of the restaurant constantly wet. It would be raining down, so the transients who hung out in front would be encouraged to move along. And another thing he did was he actually hired girls to dress in bikinis and roller skate up and down the street, plugging the meters so nobody would get a ticket. And then they would put advertisements on the windshield saying this was compliments of the 5 Point Cafe. Now, I'm probably not going to narrate much when I'm in there. I'll just take pictures because they famously proclaim that they cheat tourists and drunks. And that's where we're heading now. We're heading to the 5 Points Cafe. As most places I visit, I don't know what to expect, but we'll find out when we get there. Now, from everything I've read, this place is supposed to be a real dive, but it's supposed to have great food at reasonable prices. And I'm looking at it now. It's right across the street. Let's go inside and see if it lives up to its name. So apparently they do cheat tourists and drunks. Man alive, this is a mountain of food, and it came so fast. I'll bet I didn't wait 5 or 6 minutes. This is a Philly, no onions, but with mushrooms, and the tater tots are really, really good. So far, gets a thumbs up from me. Let's taste it. Tastes as good as it looks. Apparently the only thing they object to is bare feet. And this place is jammed at 7 o'clock on a Tuesday. Not a seat to be had. I do not know what this is. I assume it's a lot more interesting when there's water in the fountain, but it looks pretty cool. I'm guessing water comes out of the bear's mouth. And as I leave the 5 Point Cafe, I think it should be worth noting they do have a monorail here in Seattle. It was built for the World's Fair. Elvis Presley has been on it. I don't know if I'm going to ride it this trip, but it just went overhead, and unfortunately I missed it on the video. You can see the track heads right over to the Space Needle. That's where it originates. I can tell you that the 5 Point was a true dive bar. The bar was far worse than the diner. I went in there and it was grungy. The bathrooms were disgusting. They were terrible. And was it affordable? Not really. I paid $24 for a Philly sandwich and a glass of beer. I don't know why I'm drinking so much beer. This is the second meal I had with a beer. Now I know 2 glasses of beer doesn't seem like a lot, but for me, I just don't drink beer. So came in at $24, that's without the tip. I don't think that's really affordable for a diner, but you be the judge. I just had a terrible thought. If they cheat tourists and drunks, maybe the $24 was the tourist rate. But I am really liking that pink elephant sign. I don't know what this building is. It says records on it, but it's really kind of peculiar looking, isn't it? Just a small, tiny little building in a parking lot. No, there is no longer Periscope. Neither did I see girls in bikinis on roller skates plugging meters, but it's still early in the year.